Africa has killed almost everything that was not perfectly prepared to live here. This tortoise has spent millions of years proving that it is the fourth largest tortoise in the world, capable of surviving months of drought, savannah fires, and temperatures that kill other reptiles. And it does it without running, without fleeing, without changing anything in millions of years. This is the leopard tortoise, and what it has achieved is far harder than it looks. The African savanna does not work like a garden. It works like a permanent test. The dry months bake the earth down to dust. Wildfires sweep the grass and everything living within it. And when the rains come, they come all at once. Torrential, transforming, brief. The leopard tortoise has lived inside this cycle of extremes for millions of years. Not in spite of it, within it, as one more piece of a mechanism it helps to maintain. Its range covers half of the African continent, from Sudan and Ethiopia in the north to South Africa in the south, savannas, grasslands, dry scrubland. Anywhere that grass grows and cold is not constant. Its name comes from its shell, the patterns of yellow and black spots that immediately recalls the coat of the leopard sharing its territory. But this is not a disguise, it is an identity. The identity of an animal that African evolution built over tens of millions of years, till it found a way of life so efficient that it has barely needed to change since. Slow, yes, but perfectly designed to last. The fourth largest tortoise in the world, capable of surviving months of droughts, capable of surviving savannah fires, and temperatures that kill other reptiles. And it does it without running, without fleeing, without changing anything in millions of years. This is the leopard tortoise. And what it has achieved, it's much harder than it looks. It is the fourth largest tortoise in the world. Above, they have Galapagos, Aldabra, and African spurred. Adults can reach from 40 to 50 kilograms. Usually females tend to be bigger than males. The size is approximately between 40 to 50 centimeters. It can even measure up to 70 centimeters in length, which means that it becomes a big species of tortoise. They have their shells to protect against predators because they live in the central to the southern parts of Africa, from South Africa to Ethiopia. They've developed this shell to protect against predators, mostly as all of the land tortoises that exist. But there is a difference here. This is a leopard tortoise. Some of them will develop pyramidism on their shells, like for example Rupert here, feeding in some dandelions that I just picked up. He's got a bit of pyramidism, which would be helpful if they were in the savannah. And for example, an elephant would step on it. The elephant would distinguish that it's not a rock. So mainly the elephant would move their feet so they don't crush them. Rupert came here a few weeks ago. He's doing great. He's adapting perfectly to this environment. Also, he's got a lot of space, so that's great. He's been grazing. The first few days, he was a bit shy, but now he's totally okay with everyone. I can see him thriving. We've got Bonnie Blue there. This is a male of leopard tortoise. There are two main subspecies of leopard tortoise. Stigmochelys pardalis is the scientific name of these tortoises. Before they belonged to another family belonging to the Galapagos, but now scientists detected that this species of tortoise had big differences genetically and scientifically. It's the only tortoise that belongs to the family of Stigmochelys. There are two subspecies, but it hasn't been demonstrated scientifically. So you get Stigmochelys pardalis, which would be this one, and also Stigmochelys pardalis babcocki. We've got a few more. Papcocci are in a different area. They are smaller also, so I don't want them to be here. Brutus is behaving, so we're not having much of a problem lately with him. Stigmatellis means spotted tortoise in Greek. So that's why we call them also leopard tortoises, because they have similarities between the leopard's fur and the pattern of their shells. He's having a feast today. We generally feed them every other day. Grazing for them is also great. As you can see in other videos, we planted 70 different types of seeds for the Kalahari. Here he comes. So they've got a lot of variety. They are doing great. Also, today we're talking about Rupert and his family. We're not talking about you today. Rupert is doing fine. You scared Rupert, man. You're getting big, huh? Here we have another one. She's hiding here. She's younger than Rupert. That's why she's got a more intense pattern. But she's getting big. They're not that different from Rupert. It's size-wise, I mean. They like hiding behind the farms. Also, it is a species of tortoise that can breathe properly while they walk. Usually tortoises find it difficult to breathe while they walk. This one doesn't. It's mainly because when they are walking, they've got an adaptation. It's something to do with their plastron and diaphragm. So when they move the legs, it makes them pump air, so it's easier for them to breathe. This is an adaptation due to the harsh temperatures that they live in. So if we put her legs inside, we would hear that doesn't necessarily mean something bad. It just means that she's breathing. We'll see. So she was exhaling, taking out all the air she had in her lungs. They also usually share a habitat with cervadas, so when they breed together, they will become leprocadas. We're not willing to do that, and we're not really interested on that happening. If it happens, then we're not going to do anything about it, but I just prefer maintaining species the way they are. That's why we build the Kalahari, is for the leopard. We've got 3 males here. Give me ideas for to name the other 2. We've got Rupert already. He's an older specimen. And we've got these 2 guys. One here and one is in the small bunker hiding. They've got wonderful adaptations. They can basically survive so many fires. Most of them will not make it, but some of them are used to it. They're gonna convert a crisis into opportunity. What do they do with the fires? They are gonna be able to ingest ashes so they can get their calcium intake from that ash. They will also eat hyena droppings. The reason for hyenas being a predator and crushing bones and then digesting them, then the leopard tortoise will go to the droppings and eat that in order to get the calcium that it needs. So it's an amazing. Also, they are like a seed library. What do I mean when I say that? They will eat from the weeds, eat some seeds. Their digestive system isn't gonna harm the seeds. So when they poop, they will return the seeds to where they belong to. And from there, you will get trees, bushes, or whatever species of seed it was. Mostly desert species like leopard tortoise will estivate during the very hot and dry seasons in Africa. They will find a burrow or just some bushes to hide under, which is what they mainly do. They don't dig, just hides between the bushes. The patterns they have in their shells are like fingerprints. None of the specimens will have the same pattern. All of them will have a different drawing from each other, and that makes this species so wonderful. I also find it so beautiful. It's very different to the radiated. This one isn't that famous compared to, for example, sulcatas or other species of tortoise. They are true dinosaurs and they will outlive us. They live more than 100 years. So that's why we are building this out here in RayWild is the tunnel, and now Reino Selva is the place, the universe of Reino Selva. So that's why we're doing this. I hope that they outlive myself at some point, but I hope I don't die that soon. We will get the biggest activity first thing in the morning and last thing in the afternoon, when the sun is dropping. And the same will happen when it's rainy season. We've got an adaptation here. We've got sprinklers here to replicate rainy season in Kalahari. So this will be raining for a few weeks every year. That's what we're gonna do because we get this grass, which is great. Their activity is mainly during first thing, the first sun in the morning and the last sun of the afternoon. Their activity at midday is gonna be very low because they're used to heavy climates. They're not gonna be having a lot of activity at this point in the day. But when the rainy season comes, which lasts for a month, in their main ecosystem, their activity is gonna raise. And that's what we replicated here. We've got sprinklers all over the Kalahari, and I make it rain for 1, 2, 3 weeks, depending on how the weather is behaving, which is great for them because they can hydrate. They can be for long periods of time without drinking water. We don't do that here. They are gonna always have a water source. It's also less sunny, and the Kalahari is thought in winter time to have a complete sun, and in summer, as you can see, it's mainly shadowy. We get over that part sun, but this part is gonna be shadowed. Females can lay eggs up to 7 times a year, and they can almost lay 30 eggs. The incubation of them will last for about up to 15 months, which is a lot. We are not reproducing them here. Also, we just have males. We don't breed because I just prefer not breeding. If they bred, it would be under natural conditions. I just don't like making them succeed at 100% with incubators. I just like animals to be strong. If they are born here naturally, then great. I just prefer respecting nature as it is, because if you make them succeed like the clutches succeed at the 100% rate, you're gonna have defective genetics also, and that's what we don't like here. We've experienced that for a long time. It's pointless because I just don't like selling animals, and I'm not up for that. 50% of the animals that we have here are rescues. The others 50% have scientific purposes, and if any of them clutches naturally, then yeah, we go for it. But if it doesn't, I'm not forcing it. I just don't like it. They are very good for the ecosystems, and they help a lot to biologically make ecosystems work. Tortoises are peaceful animals, so we just have to respect them, leave them alone, let them be. I'll be on top of the tortoise every day. Just feed her every day and just leave her alone. Like piece of art, they are. They're beautiful. One of the most beautiful tortoises that ever existed in the planet Earth, for me at least. Radiateds are cool also. I don't know, but I just like leopard tortoises. They are wonderful. I also like radiated, but leopards are very unique and underrated also. I hope you're enjoying all of the content that I'm putting. I'm putting a lot of effort, and I like to put a lot of effort into everything that I do. And I think this is worth it, and it's something that I've been doing since I'm a kid. Someday I will explain to you who I am, or where I come from, or why I decided to do this and expose myself. And well, it's for conservative food poses. So I hope you're enjoying the videos. I'm having a wonderful time too, even though it's a lot of work, but I like working, so it's lovely for you. And thank you for your support. It's something very important to me. So see you soon.